G'day and welcome back to the Weedy Garden. On this episode I'm going to show you how to make tinctures. It's as easy as saying 1, 2, 3. On this episode I'm going to show you how easy it is to make tinctures. And tinctures is basically capturing nature's goodness and putting it in a bottle for later. So if you go on travelling or something, you don't need to make a cup of tea. Welcome back to the Garden on the Hill, everybody. Welcome to the Weedy Garden. Oh, that was a nice little whip bird. Before I start on this video about how to make tinctures and extract the goodness out of your medicinal herbs, or any other herbs, or any other vegetables in fact, I just want to say, did you know that when you give a video, any video on YouTube, a thumbs up, that means that YouTube, they'll recommend it, or the YouTube algorithms will recommend the video to 10 more people. And if you comment on a video, then YouTube will recommend it to 100 more people. You know, I didn't know that until recently. And if you share a video, then that makes the possibilities endless. So just remember that when you're watching a Weedy Garden video, especially if you do get something out of it. Okay? On this video, I'm going to share something new that I learned from Elle from Australian Medicinal Herbs. We saw the video I made last week about her in her garden. While I was down there, she showed me how to make tinctures. You might be asking yourself the question, why would I want to make tinctures? It's a good question. If you've got a whole garden bed full of a herb that wants to be harvested because it's time, then you might have a big bag of leaves to dry, and then you've got to store those big bag of leaves in lots of big bottles and so on, right? Or maybe you're going on an aeroplane flight and you want to have some of your mullein tea, but you can't do it because you can't make the tea on the aeroplane. Or maybe you want to go to bed and you want to do your sleeping herb, which is a passion flower. But you think, I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and go for my little wee walk. So what you do is you can take a little tincture, and that's only 1 ml. It's only a few drops, and it gives you the same effect. So that's a good one for the sleeping, so you don't have to wake up in the middle of the night. You can do 3 different ways. If you don't like alcohol, or you can't use alcohol because you're a child or an animal or religious in some ways where you don't want to have alcohol, although it's a very small amount, you can also do it with glycerine, food grade vegetable glycerine, everybody. And you can do it with vinegar as well. Vinegar. I've got this beautiful organic vinegar with the mother in it I'm going to use today. And the alcohol, you need 40% grade alcohol or 37% grade alcohol before it's going to work. Otherwise it's not going to extract all those goodnesses out of your herbs. You can get more concentrated alcohol, like 97% alcohol, and you can also use that, but then you just have to water it down afterwards anyway because it's too strong. So I just go with this. It's easy to get. I think every liquor store has Absolute vodka. And the other way we can do it is we can infuse it in oil. So we're not extracting our goodness, we're infusing our goodness. And then you can use it in cooking, for example, or on your salads and things like that. If you do it in alcohol, it lasts the longest. So really simple process. I've got a bunch of little bottles up here. I'm going to make these little concoctions on this video, so we'll do it step by step. So there's lots to learn about how to do tinctures, and there's lots of different things. It's very deep. If I was going to do a video about it, I'd take a couple of hours. Instead, Elle, to help us out, she's made a PDF ebook, and it goes into so much more detail about the 5 herbs that we're growing here, that she's growing, and also the tinctures, and lots of other information as well. So you can get that from the Weedy Garden website, down in the link. It's free for everyone. It's already yours. Okay, so just go and download that. You don't have to join the newsletter or anything like that. It's free for everyone just to download and learn more about herbs, more than I can teach you. So doing tinctures is really simple. And you might be thinking, why would I want to make tinctures? Well, that's a good question. Because, for example, this one here, the passion flower. Passion flower, that's a good example of why you'd make a tincture. Passion flower is really good tea to have to go to sleep, to help you sleep better. But if you don't want to take a big cup of tea before you go to sleep, because then you have to wake up and do a wee walk, then you just make a tincture out of it. So you basically just grab your bottle and you fill it up about 3/4 full. You want to use the dry herbs. You can use fresh herbs, but you need a stronger alcohol. You need to have like a 97% alcohol to do that. And once you've made it, then you still have to water it down, so it's a bit more complicated. Plus it's hard to find the alcohol, it's 97%. Everyone can get this absolute vodka. Most stores have it, I'd reckon. And that's why it's easier for everyone to make it. So I think a little bit more. So you want about 3/4 full. I might just pop a little bit more in. Okay, so you kind of want to have your bottle about 3/4 full of the dry herbs. Then you get your vodka. It's important that the vodka is 37 to 40% alcohol. I found another one in the shop. This one's 37.5, a different vodka. It's usable as long as it's over 37 alcohol. And then you just pour it in and cover up everything. Okay, just keep pouring this in until it's like full. You want to leave a little bit of room just before the top set so that alcohol's not touching the lid. That's it. And then all you do then is put it in the cupboard in a dark, cool space and let it sit for about 8 weeks. And every day, if you can come out and just give it a little turn like this, just to shake it up. And then after 8 weeks, you get another nice clear bottle. Oh, it's important to say, when you're doing it with alcohol, you don't have to clean your jars with boiling water, but it's a good idea to do it when you're doing it with the glycerine or the apple cider vinegar. And basically after 8 weeks of it being sitting, you'll notice it gets nice and dark. Then you just get a sieve. So I don't even have to demonstrate to do this because you're not stupid. Pour it in and separate all your solids, of course, and then you're left with a nice little tincture. Then, if you want to do it so you can have this little bottle with you that you can take with you when you go travelling and stuff, you pour a little bit in there, and then you've got your eyedropper, and it's all ready to go. And all you do is you just have like one of these eyedroppers. Okay, one of those eyedroppers full each time you take it. It's just like having a cup of tea, a little bit of vodka in it. Or you can just get one of these little droppers and just stick it in your bottle each time you want some. Okay, or you can just take a little tiny swig or a teaspoon. So the recommended dose to take of this once you've got your tincture made is about 1 milliliter. So alcohol is the most widely used liquid for the tinctures because it's the most effective. It'll get most of your volatile oils, your waxes, your fats and the resins and all those other components that give these herbs their medicinal qualities. Alcohol is the most popularly used because you can get most of the goodness out of the plant, and it also lasts longer. Once you've strained this after 8 weeks and you put it in your bottle, it can last indefinitely. Alright, so that's how we do the alcohol. I'm going to set that in the cupboard when I get back down to the house. So now we'll do a glycerine extraction using some food grade vegetable glycerine. And you ask yourself, why would you do that? Well, if you've got children and you want to give them a little bit of lemon balm to calm them down before they go to bed, you don't want to give them any alcohol. Or if you want to give any of these herbs to your animals or your pets, or you just don't want to have alcohol in your system, then glycerine is the way to go. It's very, very similar to the alcohol. All I got to do is mix a little bit of water in with my glycerine. I'll just make these little batches because we don't want to make a whole heap. Oh, lemon balm. You know, lemon balm, they call that the tummy tea. So we'll use the lemon balm on this one. We call that the tummy tincture. It's going to be a sweet one, so the children will like this. For doing the glycerine, you want to fill your jar about halfway full this time. It's about half full. Okay. You can also do this with fresh herbs, but there's a bigger chance you get mold happening and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to show you how to do it with the dry herbs. When the glass is half full, then we've got to start with putting a water in. Okay, so you want 75% glycerine and 25% water. So you want 3 times glycerine and 1 times water. So I've got a little bit of water here. So I'm going to put the water in first, and that'll kind of help dilute the water soluble elements of the plant. Okay, so just give that a little bit shake around a bit so you get it totally covered in water, and then it's time to add the glycerine. Yummy, yummy. I have a little taste of this. I think it's going to taste really delicious. Wow. Oh, yummy. Oh, geez, that's nice. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get one of my passion fruits. Okay. Ooh, I've got a little passion fruit, not to be confused with passion flower. Oh, look at that. See, where's my spoon? Oh, here it is. I've got my spoon, and then just a little bit of glycerine. And I'll give this a little stir. It'll give that, like that sort of twangy passion fruit, that little bit of yummy sweetness. Let's have a taste of it. Oh, still pretty twangy. Wow. Feels like it's more twangy actually. Okay, I'll leave that for another time. Alrighty, so then we just put the glycerine in our bottle here. So we just get as much as we can out of the bottle. That's perfect. You just want a little bit before it hits the top. I can see now it's already starting to extract the colours out of that. The glycerine won't extract as much of the goodness out of the plant as the alcohol will, but you're still getting a lot of the medicinal qualities of the plant. So same with the alcohol, you let it sit for 8 weeks, but in the cupboard where it's nice and cool and dark, and just separate the solids. So you got your nice glycerine tincture. Nice little gift-sized bottle too, isn't it, by the way? What else have we got? Apple cider vinegar. But it doesn't extract as much as the glycerin or the alcohol, so you actually have to take a bit more. So you fill your bottle half with dried material, and I'd recommend you use the dried material. I'm going to use Tulsi in this one. Only reason to use the dry material is you don't have as many problems with mould and stuff like that. Doing it in apple cider vinegar means that you can also use it in a salad. Shake gently before using. So this apple cider vinegar, it's got a mother inside it. So I'm going to have a little bit of mother in the bottle here. So I'm going to mix it, I'm going to just shake it up a little bit. So we want 3/4 apple cider vinegar and 1/4 water. Three-quarters apple cider vinegar. Whoa, that's a bit too much apple cider vinegar. And then the rest water. Whoop. Okay. Okay. Look at the beautiful colour already coming out of the Tulsi. And what we've got to do is just put it in the cupboard in a cool, dark place and turn it once a day. Okay. Before we keep going, I'm going to just do one more. I'm going to do one more tincture, just using the calyx of the hibiscus, because I want to get this beautiful red, vibrant red tincture, and that'll be full of vitamin C. Oh, did you see that pen just disappear? It doesn't have to be 3/4, it doesn't have to be a half, it could be totally full. It's just a guide. It's all about getting the goodness out of your plant. The alcohol will extract it, apple cider vinegar and the glycerin will extract, all these methods will extract the goodness out of the plant, and it's just a matter of how much you put in, how strong it is. Give it a little bit of a turn, but that's going to be a beautiful dark red tincture. I'll just put a tag on that one, and that is hibiscus. That's a nice one. So we've got apple cider vinegar, got our glycerin, and we've got our alcohol. 3 different methods, and there's one more, which is the infusion. That is using olive oil. So when you're doing tinctures or infusions with different herbs, you kind of got to do a little bit of homework about what herb you're doing and why you're doing it. So why would I want to make an infusion out of oil? I'd do that with the lemon balm, for example, because lemon balm is also really good for topical use. It's anti-inflammatory. You could also make it with comfrey, but again, you've got to make sure that your leaves are dry, otherwise you're going to have to deal with mould. You want to fill it about 3/4 full. Okay, so you just put your oil in. I'm using olive oil for this one. You can use hemp seed oil or sunflower oil, any kind of vegetable oil. Like that. And this one's a little bit different. This one you don't have to keep in the cupboard in a cool, dark place. This one actually wants to be in the sun, because that heat from the sun will help the infusion. And all the goodness will come out in the oil. Then I'll strain it, put it in a bottle, and use that topically. I'll just put a little label on that. It's really important to put little labels on. Alrighty, I'm going to make one more tincture now out of mullein leaves. I'm going to do that because if you've got a bit of a cough and you're on an aeroplane or something like that, and you're going for a trip and you can't make a cup of tea, then you can just pull out your little bottle of tincture. So I'm going to take a few leaves out of that and I'm going to chop them up a little bit. Alright, I think that's about it. So I'm going to make another alcohol tincture with the mullein. There we go. And this one, does this one go in the sun or the cupboard? It goes in the cupboard, that's right. We want to put a little label on it. Mullein, 17th of April, alcohol. So just remember everybody, these are medicines. So treat them as medicines and do your research. The reason to make tinctures is different for each herb. So what you want to do is you want to find out the qualities of the herbs that you're using and then treat your ailments after that. Some things are going to be topical, you want to use oil. And some people don't like to have the alcohol, so they can use the glycerine. And if you want to make salads, if you want to use it in salads, or just take your morning shot, then you can make it in apple cider vinegar. All of this information is taken from the ebook that Elle has been very generous to share with us on the Weedy Garden website. And the link is in the description, so you can download that free PDF anytime you like. It's already yours. Hope you learned something from this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And like I say usually, enjoy your lives, enjoy your gardens, alright? Have a nice day and I'll see you on the next video.